Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for joining me at friendrager.com. So I'm here today with a very, very special guest, Ivan Makarov. Am I saying it right? Ivan
Ivan
Makarov?
Makarov, yeah.
Ivan Makarov.
Yeah,
So thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for joining me. So I was actually surfing on Google Plus and chatting with a couple of photographers, and right now they're all talking about one thing, and it's this project called +One Community. And I want you to tell me a little bit, a little bit more about +One Community and how you got the actual initial idea that got you started.
sure. Yeah, happy to tell you more. It started over Christmas break where I was just kind of hanging out and with family and I started thinking about, okay, what's happened during the year, and I'm a photographer myself, so I started wondering, well, what picture did I take and so forth. And an idea came in my head to see if there would be an interest to get together and put a photography book together. So this is something that I have done in the past in a really small scale where just a group of us got together and we just put a blurb book together. And and I thought, well, let's see if we can maybe do something on Google Plus. And uh, it was kind of a good timing. We did a similar thing, like I said, about a year ago. So I thought maybe we'll just focus on 2011. And then another thing that came into my mind as I started to think about what can we do is, well, why don't we try to see if we can do it for a charity? And the reason why I started thinking that, I came across a comedian in December who I think his name is no, he just escaped his name escaped my brain, but essentially it was a comedian who came out with this video of him doing a comedy show, and he's that show just went viral. In one month, he made $1 million,
Wow.
and he was so grateful that he made $1 million. And what his success was that he was selling it for $5. So download or watch it stream or anything for $5, and I thought, well, let's check it out. So I bought it for $5. It was actually a pretty funny comedy. It was a stand-up type of a thing, and then I thought, well, if he can have that many downloads, because $5, most people don't even think twice about spending $5 online these
Yeah.
days.
Yeah.
I think Apple really changed that with these 99 cents apps and so forth. It's just really easy to do. And I thought, well, what if we did something like this, but we actually took some of that money and, well, all of that money donated to charity. And that's what he did. He actually took a lot of these profits and said, I'm going to pay these guys for helping me make this video, and I'm going to take some of the money for myself. And almost half, he said, I'll donate to charity. And so I thought, well, let's try to see if we can put a book together. I think a lot of the people would still prefer to do a print, and we can maybe even find somebody who will design an app for us. And that's exactly what we sort of decided to do. And then I put out it on a Google Plus, and people just jumped on board and said, "Yeah, let's totally do this. I want to be in the book, and I want to do something good." And so we thought, well, let's see if we can put it together. And as I was putting it different ideas of what we can do out there, several people came up and said, "Hey, we'll be happy to help." A designer came up, a guy came up who can do an app for us. And then a whole bunch of other people said we can help however way we can because we think it's a great idea. So that's kind of how it all started.
Wow, that's crazy. That's awesome. Maybe just a follow-up question to that. So you said you use Google Plus, so this is basically wide. Sorry. So you received some photos from all across the globe, right?
Yeah, exactly. I actually ran some numbers just for my own interest and because people are asking. And we have 520 photographers in the project. They came back.
Wow.
And then about 230 or something like that, I think, are from US. About the next biggest countries you can guess is Canada. We have about 60 photographers from Canada, and the rest are from all over the world. It's really all over the place. Obviously, Europe is heavily represented. We have lots of different countries in Europe, some obviously UK, Germany, quite a few. And then smaller countries, we got somebody from Serbia, then we obviously have people from Asia. We have people um, uh, from Africa, and so really from all four continents.
So they would actually send their best picture to you via Google Plus, and then you would actually look at them and see. Is there like a main theme, or is it like like it could go from nature, from people to street photography and stuff like that?
Yeah, yeah, we just thought let's just open it to whatever, because Google Plus is a very diverse community. We have people who have a very established style, very established subject that they shoot. You could be seen as a architecture photographer or street photographer or nature photographer. And then we have also diversity of experience where some people have shot for many years and then other people just literally just this last year picked up a camera and started shooting things. Maybe just got it over Christmas break or something. And we said, sure, we just kind of open it to everybody. And then once we look at submission, we're going to see maybe there are themes. And so when we got all the submissions, I kind of started looking through them and organized them and sort of classified them by style. And there wasn't like a specific themes that popped up because when you have 500 pictures and 500 different people, they all shoot different things, right? And so we decided that we were going to go ahead and just maybe arrange it alphabetically or some way. As you might have seen on the website, we actually have two versions of the book,
Yeah.
two big versions.
So there's a
We have
digital version and a print version, right?
Yeah, exactly. And the print version, the problem is with 500 photographs is that we can't create it one book. So we thought, well, what if we created two volumes of the book and just try to include everybody? But then it was going to be really expensive and hard to put together. And then we thought, okay, maybe we will just create an edited collection of books for print, and then we'll include everything else in PDF or app, whatever, electronic version. And that's what we did. And in our print version, we actually were able to, because we narrowed it down to about 190 photographs
Okay.
to make a 200-page book. And we thought, let's see if we can actually, with this number of photographs, we can put it into topics. So we tried to arrange them in a book and to put landscapes next to landscapes. Black and white has its own section, and obviously people portraits have their own sections and so forth. So there's a mini themes there, but not too streamlined. It's not like we have 10 things of this and 10 things of that, but it's just however we got it, we try to put it in the group together.
That's cool. That's cool. And how would qualify Google? I mean, it's all about Google Plus, right? But how social media helped this project, and how actually social media made it, come together, and basically, because I've seen a lot of, mass media talking about it. No, I saw you on TV even, and you
Hmm.
did a great job, by the way. It was a great
Oh,
interview.
thanks.
And but how did actually social media, or how is social media changing the game for for photographers right now?
Well, I think something like this, there's no way it comes together without having a good platform for it. Because first of all, we live in an age where things go viral very quickly, right? I mean, you put something out there and all of a sudden thousands of people can read it within minutes if things start to get reshared. And that's how we put a word out about the project. And then we said, okay, well, let's have a submission deadline. And then who wants to contribute? Say yes. And so I got like 300 people to say yes, and I put them all in one circle in Google Plus.
Okay.
And then once we opened it for submissions, it just kind of spread all over Google Plus, and before I knew it, we had 500 plus submissions.
Wow.
And so that's sort of really how it took off. Another important element here is that there's no way I could have done this myself. I would have given up probably at the early stage when I realized the amount of work that I would have to do. And when we did smaller books, I did it mostly by myself. I had a few people help me to review it and so forth. And it took a good chunk of time, but it wasn't that much things to organize. But here we decided to do something good, and so we, for example, needed somebody with creative skills and design skills. So our designer Andy Lee from England came and said, "Hey, I'm gonna come and help." And then Seb from Germany responded and said, "Hey, I'm actually an app developer for iOS. Shall we design an iPad or iPhone app?" I said, "Well, if you are up for the task, we'd definitely be happy to do it because that would be great. Because these things, when you put something in the Apple Store, and word spreads out, all of a sudden
Yeah,
you just get thousands and thousands of downloads. Uh, Trey Ratcliffe, one of our artists, who has an app for 1,000, I think it's called 100 cameras, and it's the app for the iPad, and it might be an iPhone. But it's a paid app, and obviously Trey is a very well-known member of the online community and a great photographer. And he mentioned the other day that he sold 1 million
wow,
downloads of that app.
that's great.
So things can go crazy there in that kind of environment. And so we needed help, and people came out. Another thing that was important for this project was I wanted input from everybody because I had some ideas, but my ideas are not always the best. And so whenever I had some idea, I would put it out there, and people would contribute, whether it was what medium we were going to publish in, or when, or how, or what charity we donated to. I always went to the people, and I got immediate response as to what we should do and how we should do it.
Looking at the photographers, the other photographers, and you got a lot of guys who are endorsing this project. I was looking at the guys from D Town TV and Scott Kilby and
Uh-huh.
all those guys. So talk to me a
Yeah.
little bit about the support that you got from not only the online, but the whole photographer community out there.
Yeah. No, that was the great part, and I knew that I needed to get people involved who could help spread the word around. The term power user can be applied to a lot of the social networks today. People that have a lot of followers, a lot of influence, and can just really put a word out there. And so I got them involved early on and said, "This is what I'm doing. What do you guys think? Would you help me promote it?" Because obviously we have no advertising budget. And so I thought, but we could still do a lot just by sharing things, and hopefully other people will share. So when we released the limited edition of the book, this couple days ago, is the first stage of our project. The post that I posted that the book is released was shared 200 times in Google Plus. So it just kind of went viral, meaning that it probably appeared in hundreds of thousands of streams on Google Plus, if not millions. It was actually shared by Google's VP,
Yeah.
Vig Gondotra, who is very influential and one of the top people at Google, and he shared the post, and obviously he's got over 1 million of followers. And that really helped. I think that really helped to spread the word around. And then Google got involved as well, helping us promote the project. Um, and they're the ones that helped me arrange an interview with NBC
Okay.
because they have their own channels. And really, it just really helped to get all these people involved. And as we continue to unfold our next stages of the book and the electronic versions, again, these would be the people I would go to and help them spread the word and kind of endorse it and help us with that, because that's the way you do marketing in today's social network.
And
Or,
the best part of the story is that actually it's good, the charity that's involved, they're going to
Mhm.
beneficiate from that. I mean, at the end of the day, yes, you're having fun doing this project, but someone at the other end, yeah, you're helping someone at the end. So talk to me a little bit more about the charity that you're supporting through that.
Yeah, so we've partnered up with Kiva, who is a non-for-profit organization. Their mission is to help people in the less fortunate circumstances in third world countries. What they do is called microfinances, where um, you could be someone who has who's providing water for the village in the remote part of Africa. And you know that if you could just have a $50, you could actually invest into a better well and maybe buy a filter and really kickstart your business. But a lot of these people don't have a way to get even a $50 loan. And so the idea came out that why don't we start kind of a lending business where people could lend money to these people, and then they repay them with time, and they could get things going. So I'm really sold on the idea. I've always been a fan of that organization, and so we decided that this is the cause that we want to support, and we've partnered up with them. I was in touch with their person with their external relations, and they really like the idea of the book, and we'll work more closely with them in the near future to help promote it and to get things going. But I think it's a great cause to support.
That's great. That's awesome. And what would it actually means to you as a photographer? Like this whole project. I'm pretty sure you've made some friends. You've learned, lots of stuff. You've been inspired by all this, overwhelming response, but also the photography themselves. So, what would that actually means for you as an individual, and of course as a photographer?
Sure, no, it's been amazing because obviously I've made some new friends, people I worked with closely on this project. I've discovered all kinds of cool photographers that I didn't know before. When you have 500 people submit pictures to you, and so many of those pictures just blew my mind away. You establish this relationship, start communicating, and so forth. Another thing that I'm seeing now, there's quite a few people that came out since we launched and offered assistance to. I get emails every day. You have an error on this website, or my name is misspelled, or this link doesn't work. So it's great because that really helps us make things better because we don't have an ability to track these things or test every little thing, and so community is really stepping up and helping us. So I definitely think it's been great to expand this kind of network and I think more things are to come because this isn't just something we will do once. Hopefully, we can do this again later, and also we can do other things besides the book that would continue to support our charitable cause and our project. I think we still have a few more ideas of what else we can do in connection with this book.
Would you see? I mean, now it's all happening online, and through the use of Google Plus. Would you see in the future maybe something that would come, even offline, and gathering some people together and having,
Absolutely.
yeah, yeah. So that's the thing you were
Yeah.
actually talking about, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Okay.
maybe we'll have a photo walk. Maybe we'll even have some kind of social event in connection when when the official version releases. I'm actually thinking and talking to some people about organizing something like that.
That's great.
So, absolutely.
Well, if you ever come to Montreal, Canada, you know who to call. I'll
Great.
help you
Yeah,
organize.
someday.
Um,
Well, I'd
so,
love to go to the hockey game there,
a
so.
Absolutely, the Habs actually just won over Toronto tonight, so
Oh,
that's
oh,
that's
that's
great.
good. That's always a good day.
Exactly. Just last questions actually.
Sure.
So if people want to buy the book, where do they go first if they want to buy the
We
book?
have a website called PlusOneCollection.com. So PlusOneCollection.com
And I'm gonna put the
is
links
where,
below here so people can just click right, on it and go buy the book
great.
directly. And also the Google Plus page is pretty active, right? So there's lots of stuff
Yeah.
happening on the Google Plus page.
Yeah, yeah, just follow me. We set up a separate page for the book, but most of the updates I actually just post in my stream because I have a larger following and reach, and people respond quicker.
Okay,
And frankly, right now, personal page is a lot easier to manage on Google Plus than the business page, and so I use that, and I see more notifications this way, and so forth. So definitely, we're going to have a series of updates, a few more announcements to come next week. What I'm doing now actually is posting the pictures that will be included as prints with the limited edition book, which we started taking orders for. And
that's cool.
so that's news every day next week. But definitely that's the way to get in touch.
That's awesome. Seriously, this is one of the best photo projects I've seen, and I really like the angle. I really like, of course, I work as a photographer, but also in the social media business. So you're kind of merging, but best of both worlds, photography and social media. So I think this is great. And at the end of the day, you're helping someone. That's the you're hitting the ball out of the park with that one. I think
Yeah.
it's really the beginning of something bigger, like you said. So
Hmm.
so we will definitely keep on following this project super closely. So Ivan
Great.
Makarov, if I say it correctly, thank you
Yeah.
so much. Thank you so much for your time. I know you're a busy man, but I hope you all the best. And again, if there's anything coming to Canada, Montreal, or anything like that, Toronto, just let me know, and I'll engage obviously the people who are following FredRanger.com, and we'll
Okay.
definitely get in touch.
Thank you, Fred.
Thanks, Ivan.
All right. Bye.
Bye bye.